position is
Candidates running. We have some.
Beautiful. She's got the touch. In Hawaii, we see the environmental destruction that happens on a regular basis. And here, when they use their so-called war games, we're reminded that war is in fact not a game at all. And both people and the planet are suffering. And when we already have a planet that's under attack and in peril, you see what the Trump administration and the Trump-Pence regime are doing to the environment by even denying climate change, by rolling back environmental protections. And here we are, and we're supposed to, celebrate Rimpac, as we're told by the mainstream media, that, this helps to bring about peace, that this is good for our economy, when that is in fact bullshit. The regular destruction that happens here in Hawaii is in fact their practice to then go wage war on the world. And under Trump has made it very clear that it is us against the world. So, we're happy that folks came out today. We're going to have some other people making some statements and have an impact against Rimpac. So first I'm going to call up Kalama.
Hono iluna pi ano lalo hui ana namoku ku ana kapai. That only is a prophecy of Kapihe, and what it says is that that which is above will be brought down low, and that which is below will be raised up, and the islands will come together, and the walls will stand. That prophecy tells of a time in which those of us who have been downtrodden, oppressed, and subjugated are going to rise up against those who subjugate us and oppress us. And we believe those are those times. We are living in difficult times. But at the same time, they are times of great opportunity, because this is the times when we will tell our children and their children, were we good ancestors?
Stop! Stop! Rimpac! Stop! 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 Rimpac! Stop! 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 Rimpac!
They'll come back and do their ground exercises where the troops go and bomb and do live fire at Pohakaloa. So on Monday morning, expect to see all of these ships, aircraft carriers, and everything going out to sea, to where we won't see them, but where we know they're destroying our ocean, where we know they're polluting, where they're doing a lot of fuel refueling, and the leakage that inevitably comes from that. What has gone through my head throughout this preparation for Rimpac has been something that a Cambodian comrade said when he came to the Asian Development Bank meetings here. He was brought over, and when he came, he said, "You have no idea how hard it was for me to come to Hawaii. Because for me, Hawaii does not mean paradise. Hawaii means the place where B-52 bombers came and bombed and killed my family and people." And he didn't have legs. And he said that had happened from the unexploded ordnance that was left. Unexploded, that's similar to what's now in Makua, on Pohakaloa, scattered throughout our islands. We have put out Stop Rimpac. We know we're not stopping Rimpac this year. But they've said 2 years from now, they're going to have a bigger one. They have more countries signed on. So this is trying to reinvigorate a whole movement against Rimpac and militarization in Hawaii. Israel is in this game, according to Mattis, what he said at the Singapore meetings in June, because Israel is key to war with Iran. That is going to be fought from the Pacific. Think about that. The names have been changed. It's no longer the Pacific Fleet. It's the Indo-Pacific Fleet. We stretch now all the way to Africa and up into the Middle East. And it's coming from this island. This is where the bombs come from. This is the war plan, where the war plans are being made. So we have to really think about that. We have to spread the word. We have to talk to tourists. We have to talk to GIs. When we went out to Ala Moana Park the other day and leafleted, we talked to GIs from San Diego, had no clue what's going on. And when we told them, they said, well, don't blame us. We just went into the military because anything to escape Georgia. Well, you know, he was really upset when he heard that what they were doing was bombing perfectly good land, precious land, sacred land at Pohakaloa. That word has to get out. So wherever you go, wherever you are, talk to people. Tell them about what's happening here, that we are bombing Pohakaloa, which is bigger than the nation of Guam. Think about that. Bigger than the nation of Guam. And it's going to be unusable if we don't get it stopped. So thanks for coming. We want to stand along the road. The masks are in solidarity with people around the world. They're used in Korea against the war exercises between the U.S. and Korea. There were just demonstrations with a lot of people out. They're used in D.C. against anti-war groups. They're also were just used at the base in Germany against the drones. They're used in the Philippines. So, you know, it's an international symbol, and we will be getting pictures of us out everywhere, everywhere. In newspapers, the press releases will go out tonight to newspapers in other countries. And what we've learned is they carry it there because they know what's going on in Hawaii. So thanks for coming.
My name is Kimiko Lahela Walter. I am a staffer at the Sierra Club of Hawaii. And first I'd like to say, Rimpac increases sex trafficking. Away. Away. Rimpac desecrates sacred Hawaiian lands. Away. Away. Stop bombing Pohakuloa. Away. And finally, the U.S. military and Rimpac, they're the biggest polluters in the world. In the world. They are the biggest burners of fossil fuels in the world. Away. They are directly contributing to climate change. So Sierra Club, our biggest campaign has been for the Red Hill fuel tanks, which many of you are familiar with. There's 20 of them that sit below Red Hill. They're buried underground. They sit 100 feet above our aquifer. And the fuel in those tanks, 12.5 million gallons per tank, and there's 20 of them, fuel the Rimpac war games. Okay? These fuel tanks have leaked 200,000 gallons of jet fuel into the environment since they were built post-World War II. Okay? So this affects us all. This is contaminating our water. Eola ikawai, water is life. This needs to stop. So thank you for coming out. Aole Rimpac. Aole.
Aole Rimpac.
Aole Rimpac.
Stop the bombing! Stop the wars! We won't take it anymore! Stop the bombing! Stop the wars! We won't take it anymore! Stop the bombing! Stop the wars! We won't take it anymore!
Hi guys, you guys gotta keep moving, yeah? Guys, go.
Ia o kalamo ka aina ki he a kilsun ni heu. Pale ku ana ko lau My name is Kalama Okainaniho. I'm with Ohana Koa, Nuclear Free and Independent Pacific. I come from the Ko'olauloa area on Oahu. And we are here to stand in unity with the people of the world and the destruction, recognizing that the destruction of families begins in the destruction of the village. As they occupy and destroy and bomb our lands, as they harass and torture the seas, our brothers and sisters in the seas, they also bomb and try to destroy our lands here. And why? Why are they doing this? They are doing this to destabilize and bomb other places, how to be better at them, how to be more destructive, how to be more violent. And they call it games because they consider our lives to be disposable and destructible. And we in Hawaii here say, "Aole Rimpac." Free Hawaii. Because here we stand against the destruction of the villages. Where do we have? Who is here? 26 countries, among them Indonesian, who has committed genocide against the West Papuan people. Genocide, and why? Because of nickel, because of minerals that they're extracting there. And why are they being defended by the United States? So that they can participate in the raping of that land. So we say, "Aole Rimpac." Who is here? Israel. Israel is participating in the subjugation and absolute genocide of the Palestinian people right now. We see what they are doing. And why is the United States supporting them? Why are they training them here for oil in the Middle East? So we say, "Aole Rimpac." Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free West Papua. Free West Papua. And free the world. Free the world. We recognize that the destruction of the families begins in destruction of the villages. Why are we having a situation in which they are tearing children away at the borders of the United States? Hawaii is familiar with the destruction of the village. That destruction is happening now, today. People are still being oppressed here in Hawaii. So we unite with the peoples of Palestine, we unite with the peoples of West Papua, and we unite with the peoples of Honduras, Guatemala, Chile. 56 military interventions in Latin America by the United States. They had the School of the Americas, which taught some of the greatest injustices and torture of humanity. And they wonder why there are refugees. Why are there refugees? Why are they coming? And they take no more responsibility for the fact that they are destroying the villages. Every people should have a right to be safe in their own villages. And so why do you have these families? You can't just look at the separation of the children at the border. You have to look at the separation of the entire families beginning back in the villages in Honduras and Guatemala and Chile, and you have to hold the United States accountable. So when the United States says that they are criminals and rapists, we here in Hawaii as Naka Naka Maoli unite with the peoples of Latin America and say, "Aole. Aole Rimpac. Our lands, our peoples, our earth will not be yours to rape, conquer, and destroy for very much longer. Your chickens are coming home to roost." Alohaina, holomua kako.
I'm going to ask Ellen from Women Voices, Women Speak to come up. Greetings, everyone. Hello? Greetings, everyone. It's really great to see all of you. I'm part of Women's Voices, Women Speak. We're part of a coalition with Hawaii Peace and Justice, Well Can't Wait Hawaii, Veterans for Peace, and many other allies. And we recently did a petition to the state of Hawaii to ask it to make the decision to protect Hawaii's peoples and waters. Rimpac is really about practicing for more war. And we have gone to Pohakuloa and we've seen the effects that war and this Rimpac practice will have there. We've also been to Okinawa and we've witnessed the effects of militarization there as well. And so we see and know the effects that militarization and this continued dependence on war has for all peoples of Hawaii. So we ask the state of Hawaii to make the decision as that broker that uses this land to practice for more militarization, to make that decision and change. Because Hawaii is a place of native people, immigrants, and settlers. But despite that difference, we can all make the decision to do the right thing for all of humanity and stop preparing for war and prepare for peace!
ahupua'as radiated like the rays of the sun out in this place because of the riches. So instead of being that small place being the mountain, the Wawakua area, actually the Waukahakai was the place that all of the places would touch down upon. And all of the ahupua'a over here would have the kuleana of caring for this great fish basket, this great icebox that is one of the tremendous scientific, ecological feats of the Kanakamali. So, for those of you who don't know about fish ponds, the aloko'i'a, what they do is all the aquaculture you see right now that is full of all the pilau, all the grossness, all the chemicals, what they're trying to do is do in an incredibly toxic way what our peoples had perfected over the centuries to feed nearly 1 million people in a self-sustainable way in Hawaii. And this used to be the beautiful fish basket, the upena for our people. You could literally walk out there and grab a fish with your hand and take it home. And what has become of that? Pearl Harbor is the reason why the United States participated in the overthrow of our people. Because they wanted to take this land. What they saw instead of food, instead of sustainability, instead of the wealth of the earth and the marvel of technology that it was, they saw primitive people that did not understand the military significance of what they could do. The global destruction. That's what they saw. Where we saw food, they saw the potential for global destruction. So the midpoint in the Pacific, which then became Pacific Command, headquarters, the commander, U.S. Pacific Fleet. They turned what was once a beautiful, thriving sustenance for all of the people, and this entire side of the island, they turned it into a weapon of war, a landing place of war, from which they can then help oppress the Philippines, Guam, West Papua through Indonesia. They could participate in the bombing and nuclear testing of the Marshallese people. They could help participate in the capitalistic exploitation of the Filipino people and bring them out. Now their greatest export is the labor that they take advantage of. So we have immigrants and refugees that come here to Hawaii, and it's because of the destabilization. So we understand what's happening in Honduras. We understand what's happening in Guatemala. We understand what happened in Chile. All the military interventions in Central and South and Latin America, the United States has done to destabilize all of these places around the world. It has created this refugee crisis that they're facing, that now they're ripping it. Not only they're ripping their families apart at home, they're ripping apart at the border. So those of you of conscience, those Americans, those good Americans of conscience out there who support these families that have been torn away by this Trump administration, understand this would not happen without your military destruction, without looking upon lands and places as places you can exploit and extract and destroy. If you actually look at them as a beautiful place and allow the people of those lands to cultivate and support and love their aina, you wouldn't have refugees. What are they fleeing? They are fleeing you. They are fleeing the violence that you're creating. So the people from the Marshall Islands, why are they fleeing the Marshall Islands? They're fleeing the military nuclear destruction of their islands over there. And who else is playing? What else is the nuclear playground here? Is you look at France, what they did with Tahiti. The nuclear bombing testing here. And we unite with the Western Shoshone and Nevada, where the United States bombed the crap out of them as well. So basically, what we're looking at is there is a center of the head of the head that is here. And we stand in opposition to what they are doing to the peoples of the Pacific. And we unite with all of our brothers and sisters around the world who are fighting for freedom. All of those who yearn for a better life. All of those who are sacrificing so much to protect their villages.
and protect the rest of the world. You know, right now we have the single largest utilizer of fossil fuels is the United States military. We're talking about climate change crisis. That didn't start with the Trump administration. It's not going to end with the Trump administration. We need to stop it as a people. We have to make the connections. Kanaka Maoli here. We aloha our people. We aloha our land. And when we say we want to free Hawaii, to return to a neutral, friendly nation state, to be free from the oppression of the United States, we don't just talk about our freedom for oppression for ourselves. We also believe in the right to be free from participating in the oppression of others.
Hey.
A'ole pono.
Hey.
Mahalo. Is there
Mahalo.
anything, any questions you?
Mahalo nui Tito Kalama for that mana'o shared. Uncle Sparky Rodriguez just came in and said such a huge waste of money that would be better served is spent on military toxic cleanup and investing in peace.
Yeah.
Free Hawaii.
Like, this is a super fun site. This place over here is considered to be a super fun site. In other words, it's so toxic that it's been listed nationally as being one of those places that almost too toxic to afford cleaning up. This place, which was once this tremendous bounty, a marvel of Kanaka Maoli scientific technology, is now so toxic that even the United States, with all of their supposed vaunted scientific capacity, are not able to clean it up. And so here you have people in the United States, even now, what you guys are feeling as Americans is you're feeling what's happening the United States has been doing to the rest of the world all this time. Those of you who are going without health care, guess what you guys have been doing? Destroying the traditional healing practices in indigenous lands, in native lands, in aboriginal lands all over the world. Those of you who are going without homes, we feel for you because we know what it's like to be houseless in our own homeland. Those of you who are lacking in education, who are struggling because you have terrible schools and terrible, like, your governments, here you guys, your governments are not even paying for your basic public education, and now college is skyrocketing. We feel for you too because we had our own schools, we had our own institutions of learning, we had our own kahuna that was destroyed, dismantled, and disrespected by the United States government. So, we understand what that means, and that's why all of us subconscious, all of you people who are struggling unconscious world, we talk to our popolo, our African ancestry brothers and sisters. We talk to our indigenous brothers and sisters around the world. We talk to all of our Asian brothers and sisters throughout the world, and we also talk and unite with all of our Hale brothers and sisters around the world. You guys know it. You guys know that this world, that this society that you have created is self-destructive. It is empty. It is lonely. Your children are literally killing themselves. You guys have to find a new way. You guys have to find a new pathway.
Aloha, peace.
Aloha, peace.
Aloha.
Alo, everybody says, they look at aloha as being a cheesy word, but alo is a recognition and respect. Ha is life. So it's a recognition and respect of life that beats, that breathes inside us all. So when we greet each other as Kanaka Maoli, we recognize aloha, I recognize your breath of life. You recognize and respect my breath of life. We recognize each other's humanity. And that is what's missing. That is what your children's hearts are crying out for. That's why they're killing each other on the streets. That's why they're killing each other in the schools. Nobody's recognizing their humanity. You guys have to start doing that by recognizing other people.
Mahalo for those strong, awesome words, Tita.